What's up, people? How's it going? Really happy to be making these videos. Thank you very much for commenting, liking, responding, well, also ignoring at times. Thank you very much for bearing me in whatever shape or form that you have done it. I'm very, very appreciative of that. It has given me so much strength, and I can continue making these videos on a daily basis. I feel a lot better making them than what I'd started at 2 months, 1 month back. Today I want to talk a little bit about the phase of content, because I want to be very thoughtful about what phase of content I am in, and making sure that you are keeping your strategy in check is going to be extremely important. And for myself, I'm going to have to make sure that I need to know what stage of what strategy am I at. And in my previous videos I talked about selfish content and why and what place does it have in a content strategy. And as far as personal brand or just creating content for your own self, and as you're trying to position yourself, or as I'm trying to position myself in a particular sphere, it's selfish content has played a lot of role in just helping me put my thoughts out in videos. But I think I have now reached a second phase, half of the selfish content, where I will soon start to phase out the selfish content phase, and I will bring in the next phase, which will be a consumer-centric consumer-centric content, which is driven towards a certain audience. And I'm going to be very mindful of who that audience is, and I'm going to share all of that, how and what I do, and the processes that and things that I do to figure that out about myself, and also the audience that I'm going to be creating content for. So that's going to be my next phase, and that brings me to the topic of branding. And I started reading Philip Kotler, The Principle of Marketing, purely because of this, not because I want to learn marketing, but I wanted to understand the way marketers have looked at brands, and how they have tackled, and what are the different aspects of brand, and how they have marketed those brands, and what are the different aspects of a product or service. And just because if they have done it for so many products and services for so many years, I'm sure there's a lot that I can learn and put it in my own personal strategy that I'm creating, right? So that was the whole agenda, and I've moved a lot of my hardcore marketing related stuff to LinkedIn, because I think that's a better fitting platform for that, and I want to keep conversations like this here. I think it makes more sense, but I would love to know if you would like to see more hardcore content, marketing related content here. I would love to share that. But eventually I want to now pivot to branding related content, and I want to learn more about branding as a topic. And I think as fluffy as it may be, there's a lot that this is the small or the big, the hinge in the door that swings the door. It is I think I look at branding like this. And so I was listening to one podcast today, actually, which is on branding, and this episode was about personal branding, and it was by Tim Ferriss, and he was talking about a couple of pillars of branding. But what I really liked, and this is 2-3 points that I really stood out to me, I thought I'll share with you guys. One was, he said, don't think of branding as personal branding. Don't think of branding yourself, because and this might not even surprise you. You'll be like, okay, this is such a basic stuff, but I think executing the basic stuff is the key. But he said, just focus on doing the right business, and he was talking from an entrepreneur point of view, because that's his audience. And he was saying that just focus and do the right business, and you will end up creating the reputation that you want to create for yourself. Keep your audience in front and at front. Just focus on them. And the other thing that he said, which actually really made a lot of sense to me, was owning a category. He said, instead of thinking of what sort of a brand that I am in, and as a person, it can get very difficult. And I think I've been struggling with that, because there's so many different facets of a person or for a brand. It's just, it's difficult when it's you and you have to position yourself. So I've been thinking about that, and I think this was an interesting way to look at it. He said, instead of looking at yourself as a brand or trying to position yourself as a brand, think of owning a category and which category can you create maximum value in, and go after that. So really resonated with me. Very interesting stuff. I've got some branding books that I have lined up for myself, and I'm going to be sharing a lot of content from that going on. This documenting of my process is going to be a constant thing, and sorry if you don't like it, but I don't want to stop that, and I'm going to be moving from branding to the hardcore stuff, which I think at some point I will start talking, which I'm really good at, which is digital strategies and hacks and things and that. So in this whole process, that I think I want to share a lot of stuff with you guys, and eventually I'll get into this whole engagement mode as well, because at this point I'm really doing nothing to engage with people. I'm just putting content out. But that will change in the next phase, and I'll share a lot of my learnings with you guys. Well, hope to hear from you. I don't know, I would love to know what you guys think about the videos that I'm making, and if there's anything that you want to know, or if there's anything that you have feedback on, please share it with me. Look forward to hearing from you guys. Cheers. Have a good day.